Hi guys, happy Monday. We are here for phonics. It is our 152nd 152 days of first grade. Wow, amazing. So today in phonics, we're going to be practicing that same bossy R, right? We've heard R control the A when they say R, right? And last week we practiced that bossy R controlling E and I and U. And what do I know about Bossy R? Bossy R likes to control vowels. So anyone want to take a guess what vowel R is going to control this week? We did A, we did E, we did I, we did U. There's a big clue behind me too. That's right. This week we're going to be talking all about that Bossy R and how he controls the letter, the vowel O. So the sound that Bossy R is going to make is the sound or the word that the sight word that we're familiar with, right? Or. Or. O-R says or. Or. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. There are some other combinations with O and R that are still going to say or. Let's look at them. You guys recognize this? That is a piece of corn, right? K or corn. That is actually one of our spelling words this week. Okay, let me write it nice and big so you can see. Corn. C O R N. Or Good job. Or right? And we know when we hear that sound at the beginning of the word, it is usually going to be that C, right? Unless that vowel I is coming afterwards, right? Usually it's usually that letter C. So we can take a good guess, right? Now, before we keep talking about these or sounds, what I want you to know is that these are hard, and all three of these spellings, they make the same sound, which means when we're reading, we know how to decode them, right? I know that this says or. I know that this says or. I know that this says or. But when I'm telling myself a word and I want to try and write it down, guys, it's really hard for me to figure out which one is which, right? Just try your best, right? We always talk about when we're in writer's workshop, you do your best, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. This is helping us read words, and the more we practice, the more we'll be better when we're spelling words. But do they have to be perfect? No. So just wanted to remind you, just refresh. I wish if I was here with you in person that I would remind you that all the time, but just wanted to remind you that always, right? This is to practice and to help us be better readers. And being better readers helps us be better writers. So, sorry for that little pep talk there. O-R says corn. Corn. Now we have two spelling words this week with that O-R spelling, right? With just that O-R. Our other spelling word this week rhymes with corn. Born. You were born, or on your birthday. Born. That's when you were born. B-O-R-N. Born. Another word like that would be, let's see. How about this paper right here? I have torn. That paper has been torn. Or torn. A unicorn has a horn. H-O-R-N. Corn and born are our two spelling words, but just so you can practice. That O-R, when you hear it, that O-R can be in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end, right? So if you hear a word that starts with the sound or, like a fruit, orange, it's going to be O-R. But if it's in the middle, it could be any of these. O-R at the beginning of a word is always going to be just the O-R, okay? Now, another way that we can make that sound or is just like an apple core, right? When I get to the inside of the apple, the core is spelled O-R-E. Is that E making any sounds? No, he is not. But he teams up with that O and the R to make that sound or. So our two spelling words this week that have that or sound, you can guess it from the picture, is or. And again, it's that letter C, right? Or. O-R-E. Now, O-R-E you will find in the middle of words or at the end, right? Just like or, right? That's at the end of the word. The only rest of the part of that word is that letter C. And our other spelling word this week that has that O-R-E spelling is, I'm going to give you one more. More. M-O-R-E. More. More, more, more. I'm going to jump ahead to our next sound spelling of or. This is if you're in a boat, like a canoe or maybe a kayak, and you have this paddle with you when you're in a boat, it's called an oar. You use an oar to paddle. And that is spelled O-A-R. And O-A-R come together and they say or, just like O-R-E, just like O-R. So I know if I see this combination, it says or. If I see this combination, it says or. If I see this combination, it says or. So let's find out our spelling words this week with this sound, with this appearance, right? The way this looks. A tiger really loud, he roar. R. R-O-A-R. Now, just like O-R-E, you will find O-A-R in the middle of a word or at the end. So O-R is the only one that you will find at the beginning, but it can be at the beginning, middle, end. This can be in the middle or the end. This can be in the middle or the end, okay? So roar, a tiger says roar, is one of our spelling words this week. The other word that has the spelling O-A-R is an eagle up in the sky will soar. S-O-A-R. Soar, soar, soar. Another type of animal, a wild boar. Boar. This is no longer our spelling word, just words that have that same spelling, O-A-R. Not our spelling words, just the same spelling, okay? There are so many words, so let's practice them. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Or, for, born, more, store, short, torn, torch, roar, worn, form, board, O-A-R, form, farm, tar, tore, pork, right? Like ham is pork, it's come from a pig. Park, verb, third, turn, those are sisters, right? Dark, teacher, artists, you guys are beautiful artists last week when you made those frogs. Platform, can you eat corn with a fork? A good asking sentence. An asking sentence is another way of saying a question. That's right, that's right. Okay, so there are so many different ways that we can see and find those O-R sounding words. O-R, O-R-E, O-A-R. All say or. Let's find out our sight words for the week. Okay. Our first sight word is the word began. Began. This is the picture, see? This is the word began. The boy who began or started to build, made a robot, began, right? We began school in September. We will end school in June. Began. Let's spell the word together. B-E-G-A-N. Now, you know why I like this word? Because it kind of looks like Egan, but it doesn't sound the same. So don't get tricked, okay? B, because it's 2 syllables, right? And it's different because the syllables change. It's began. Began. Where's my marker here? Wrong one. B E G A N. The first syllable is B. Began. And when a vowel ends on an open syllable, right? Open syllable is when the vowel ends the syllable. Closed syllable would be consonant, vowel, consonant, like cat, right? An open syllable has a consonant and a vowel. That vowel is going to be long, which is why it says B instead of be, right? B says its normal sound, G, right? And family words. Began. So that is a decodable. I bet you that's a word you guys already know. Began. Easy peasy word for our first sight word of this week. Began. Our next sight word, better. Bet. B-E-T-T-E-R. Again, another 2-syllable word. Better. Better. Those T's split up. Better. Better. Right? Closed syllable. Consonant, vowel, consonant. We know that ER says We learned all about that last week. So everything here. Bet. Everything there says it's expected sound, right? That is a decodable. We can read that word. Better. Better. Let's invent a better umbrella. Have you guys ever been under an umbrella and maybe it flies away or goes upside down or inside out? Let's invent a better umbrella. The children in this picture are afraid of getting wet in the rain. They think they need a better, stronger umbrella, right? When you say things that you want them to be better, right? When it ends in ER, it means it becomes greater than something before, right? You might say good, better, best. So better is a comparative word. We're going to be talking about that this week, but just for you to recognize today, while we're talking about the word better, it's a comparative word, right? It helps us put things together. If I say my umbrella is not good enough, I want a better one. That means the one that I have is not good. I want a better one that is better, one that works and does its job. Better. Our next sight word for the week. Guys, you know how many sight words we're on? This is our 150th sight word. Would you believe it? Right here, 150. The word is guess. Guess. Where is it? G-U-E-S-S. Remember at the beginning of the year, that double S? When that S is at the end, not when it's adding to a plural noun, right? When it ends at the end of the word, double S. Right? Like guess or kiss or miss. Double L, like will and hill. Double F, like sniff. Right? And double Z, like, I'm drawing a blank here, like whiz. So double S, right? For guess. Can you guess what this does? Guess. The girl is holding a kitchen tool. She wants us to guess what it does. It rolls out dough. You guys have used these, I'm sure, with Play-Doh and maybe in the kitchen at home. Guess. So when you guess something, you are making suggestions, right? We've talked about guess in math sometimes. When you're not sure about the answer, you make a guess. and then you go check. So guess. G-U-E-S-S. Guess. Guess. So, G. The G says its expected sound. G, G, G. Does you make it sound here? Guess. G, G, G. It does not. You does not make that sound. We're not going to hear anything from you. So we have to remember that part by heart. You does not make a sound. G, S. Short E, right? And S, we know that the double consonant, right, is doing its job. So G, S. So we just have to remember that U doesn't do anything. Not going to make a sound. G, S. G-U-E-S-S. Guess. Good. Super, super job, guys. Where's my eraser? I got it here. All right, we are moving along. Our next word, what you are doing right now, you are choosing to learn. Learn. L-E-A-R-N. Learn. You can learn how to sign just like me. Learn. The word learn is spelled L-E-A-R-N. The boy is using sign language. He has learned how to sign. So the sign for sign language is actually like this. Learn. Learn. It's like you take the information out of a book and you put it into your head, right? I learn. And you are a learner. So you take that information. You're a person who learns. This is what tells us the person, right? We know that ER at the end of a word says it's a person who does, right? Teacher, I'm a person that teaches. Learner, you're a learner. Learn. Let's learn how to spell learn. Let's write it in the sky. Ready? L-E-A-R-N. Learn. Learn. L-E-A-R-N. Ooh, L says it sound. Earn. N says it sound. E-A-R. We've come across this combination word before, right? This is really tricky. We've found it before, and we've known it to say ear, right? Ear, hear, fear. It can say other unexpected sounds. So what I want you to remember right now is that it says learn, learn. So this is doing an unexpected sound. I know it's tricky because we want to see the AR and we want to do something, but know in your brains that EAR does unexpected things, okay, that we haven't learned about yet as first graders. And I'm hoping to before the end of the year. EAR is a very tricky combination. So remember our friend Flippy the dolphin who tells us to flip different sounds. So when we see it, we're going to try and make those different sounds. So I'm going to remember this part by heart. Learn. Learn. That's why it's a sight word, because it does not follow the rules. Learn. Learn. All right, 2 more sight words, guys. You're doing so amazing. I'm so proud of you. Right. R-I-G-H-T. Right. This clock tells the right time. When you say right like this, it means it is the correct, right? This clock tells the correct time. It is the right time. Not right like this, right? Remember that right, because that right starts with W because I write words. This right is R-I-G-H-T. And I know it was a few weeks ago, but I know you learned the information and it's in your brains that I-G-H combination, we remember that that's a long I sound, right? I-G-H says I. So R-I, long I, t. All of those are the decodable. It looks really super tricky. But if you remember, I-G-H together says I. So we're going to combine it with the T to make R-I-T. Right. R-I-T. Right? It's a one syllable, so breaking it into its sounds stretches it out. But put them back together. Right. Right. You are right. I know you got it. Right, right, right. That's also the same way to spell. It's a multiple meaning word, right? You are right, or you are correct. Or I might say Miss Egan uses her right hand. That's the same spelling, multiple meaning word, right? That is not the same as I write words. That's a whole different word that sounds the same. That's a homophone. Okay, last sight word for the week. Sure. Sure. The word sure is spelled S-U-R-E. The doctor listens to the girl's heart to make sure she is healthy. Sure. Now, sure is a really tricky word. It sounds like there's an H, but there is not. The word sure is spelled S. This is why it's a sight word, right? Because it does not follow the rules. S-U-R-E. Sure. So that S is acting like that quiet shh, brother. Sure. Right? R is not helping out here with the UR, right? We expect that UR to say right? The sisters. Sh, or, sure. This here is making the sound sure, right? So this one is super tricky. That's why we have to practice. I know you do amazing. Sure. S-U-R-E. I am sure you will remember. S-U-R-E, sure. I'm sure. Okay, guys. I'll be back to read you a story filled with or words. So let me get ready and I'll be right back.